Target 8 investigation tonight shows a local hotel tried to double the rates after one guest made reservations for an SEC football game months in advance. The woman booked a room in Columbia for homecoming weekend. Then the hotel tried to change the rate, leaving the family no choice but to pay more or find another room. KOMU 8's Dan Kennedy looks into the troubles.
Kennett, Missouri resident Tina Brown knows hotels are in high demand during football season. That's why she made reservations at the Tiger Hotel in January for Missouri's homecoming football game in October.
We went online to find out when they were going to start taking reservations. We found out that they were, and so we went ahead and booked it, and I put it out of my mind.
This email confirms Brown booked one room at $149 a night for 2 nights at the Tiger Hotel. The total, after tax, $331.82. 2 months later, in March, Brown receives this email from the hotel saying, in part, the hotel had trouble processing her credit card in January. It would then be charging her card, the $330 for the room. But that wasn't a problem for Brown. The real problem began in July, she says, when hotel management called her asking for more money for the room. Hotel officials say its third-party booking agency booked the rooms at the wrong rate. Brown says the hotel told her she'd now have to pay double, $600 for the weekend, or find another place to stay.
I don't hear anything until the last week of July to tell me that I'm going to have to pay double. I'm going to have to do all this. I wasn't doing anything wrong.
I reached out to hotel management all week long, but they refused an interview. They did eventually send me a written statement saying, a recent room audit did uncover a third-party booking system error that caused one room type to be oversold. We are certain this is a very limited situation with less than 5 guests being affected. Precautionary steps have been made to ensure this does not happen again. What the statement does not answer is why the hotel would not honor the original rate it promised. The Missouri Attorney General's office says the hotel is legally bound to do that and that the confirmation is a binding legal contract. Ethically speaking, Mike O'Neill of the Better Business Bureau in Columbia says it's bad business.
Typically, consumers are told that if they sign a contract, they're held to it by the business. Well, we expect that same sort of contract to be held vice versa.
When you've made a mistake as a business, I don't care if it's Tiger Hotel or whoever, you assume that the customer's right. You don't alienate a customer, and that's what I feel like I've been, is alienated.
What began as a weekend getaway has turned into a major headache for Brown. Dan Kennedy, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
Brown decided she'll stay in Jefferson City that weekend instead. She's not the only one with complaints about the Tiger. A Georgia fan told us the hotel called him 3 weeks ago, raising his price too. On Friday, we told you about a woman claiming the Tiger Hotel tried to double her rates after making reservations for an SEC weekend months in advance. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reed.
And I'm Jennifer Long. Tonight, at least one more possible victim of price gouging has surfaced. KOMU 8's Dan Kennedy broke this story. He joins us live from the Tiger Hotel with the latest developments.
Just before 5 o'clock this evening, I talked to the Attorney General's office on the phone. They said the Tiger Hotel has now agreed to refund all customers who were overcharged for their stay here in Columbia. This all began after our investigation aired on Friday. The Attorney General's office began looking into complaints from at least 2 customers this week after Senator Kurt Schaefer also got involved, calling the office, asking them to get involved. Now, I want to tell you how this all began. We spoke to Kennett, Missouri resident Tina Brown about her troubles with the Tigers on Friday. Brown booked a room 10 months in advance for 2 nights in October. The total, $330. Now, hotel management called her in July saying they were doubling that rate, $600 for the weekend, giving her no option but to pay up or find another room. Now, the Attorney General's office told me the original confirmation is a binding legal contract. Brown formally filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office after our story aired, and like we mentioned, at least one other person did that as well. And I see that just last night the Tiger Hotel actually took down their Facebook page. Coming up tonight at 9 and 10, we'll have reaction from the Tiger Hotel. They issued a statement, and we will share that with you tonight at 9 on the CW. Live from downtown Columbia, I'm Dan Kennedy, KOMU 8 News.